Duino Elegies by Rainer Maria Rilke, translated by Vita Sackville-West and Edward Sackville-West, read by Arthur L. Wood. The second elegy. Every angel is redoubtable. Nevertheless I sing you, woe is me, being conversant with you, well nigh deadly birds of the soul. Ah, where are fled the days of young Tobias, when the most radiant one stood on the simple threshold, slightly masked for travel, and no longer terrible, youth come in search of youth, as he looked out, inquisitive. But now, if the archangel, so fraught with danger, strode but one bare pace lower and nearer from behind the stars, the beating of our own heart would destroy us. Who are ye then? From the beginning, blessed, spoilt children of creation, mountain ranges, dawn crimson peaks of all creation, ye pollen of blossoming divinity, links of the daylight, pathways, steps and thrones, infinity within a finite being, shields of delight, the turbulence of stormy enchanted ecstasy, then suddenly a solitary mirror that reflects the stream of your own beauty back to your own image. For we, when feeling overcomes us, dwindle. Alas, we breathe ourselves away. The glow declines from ember unto weaker ember. One or another may well say to us, yes, you are in my blood. This room, this spring is full of you. In vain, he cannot hold us. We melt in him and round him. Who can hold those who are beautiful? Incessantly, some cheating semblance of reality crosses their faces and again departs. As dew from springing grass, as the hot steam from smoking dish, so the intrinsic self exhales itself away. Ah, whither go our smiles? And thou, O contemplation, fresh, genial fount within the heart released. Alas, there's no escape. Does space retain anything of our substance when we're gone? Do the angels truly live and take their being only from their own selves, from that which streamed out from themselves in the beginning? Or is there sometimes, as though by inadvertence, some portion of our essence merged therein? Are we confused within their lineaments in such proportion only as of vague perceptions in the face of pregnant women? They're unaware of it, they in the whirlwind of their return upon themselves. Indeed, how should they be aware? Lovers most marvellously could descant thereon by night, if they could understand it. For it would seem that all things wrap themselves in secrecy against us. See, the trees exist, the houses stand that shelter us. We only, with a light exchange of greeting, pass all things by, and everything conspires against us to keep silence, half in shame, perhaps, and half in hope unspeakable. Lovers, to you I make appeal. To you who are to one another all sufficient. You clasping one another, have you proof? See, it happened to me that my hands grew conscious of each other, that my worn countenance buried in them found protection. That gave me some slight sense of consciousness. Yet who would dare by that to say I am? But you, who in the other's ecstasy have increase, even till he must beseech no more, so overpowered is he by you. You who grow fruitful as the years of vintage in one another's hands, who abdicate all self at moments, for the other takes the mastery, I make appeal to you. You touch each other in such blessedness, I know, because the touch of love restrains, because the star that screens your tenderness is not obscured, because beneath that star you have a sense of pure continuance, and so, in your embrace, do all but promise to one another immortality. And yet, when you endure the first alarm, and the first glance of longing at the window, and the first walk together through the garden, lovers, are you still lovers then? The same. When you seek one another's lips and drink, alas, how strangely does the act elude the drinker. Have you not been amazed at the discretion with which all human gestures were portrayed in Attic statues? Were not love and parting laid on their shoulders with so light a touch as though they knew them in a different guise? Recall their hands. They touch without insistence, despite the strength that in the torso sleeps. They, in their mastery of self, were wise. We've travelled far from thence and are condemned so to caress each other, for the gods press heavier on us. Yet this concerns the gods. If but we also might discover some narrow, pure, restrained humanity, some strip of fertile land to make our own between the current and the stones. For our own heart outstrips us, even as theirs did. But we are now no longer capable of rendering it in mitigating image, nor yet in godlike bodies, wherein it finds a nobler moderation.